and welcome to my online lesson. In today's lesson, I will teach you how to write well-structured and good compare and contrast essay. Compare and contrast essay, it is an academic essay which analyzes similarities and differences between compared two or more subjects. Compare and contrast essay, as other types of essays, has the same structure, including introduction, at least 2 body paragraphs with the similarities and differences, and conclusion. Before you start writing your essay, you need to make your ideas collected. For doing good idea collection, you are recommended to draw Venn diagram. So, Venn diagram should consist of the similarities and the differences of 2 compared subjects. Make sure that subjects that you have selected they can be effectively compared. For example, cats and dogs. So in the middle of the Venn diagram, you are supposed to write the similarities which belong to both compared subjects. And in the edge of each circle, you need to write their differences. So now, let us select another topic for writing and compare and contrast essay. Traditional learning and online learning. Look at the Venn diagram. So in the middle there is a piece of information which shows the similarities of these 2 compared subjects, while in the edge of the circle you can find information which is based on the differences. We can see that both education provide educational opportunities, have a teacher, and require learning materials, involve assessment. All of this data is related on the similarities between these 2 educational processes, while traditional learning conducted in classroom, no requirement for internet access, face-to-face communication. So online learning conducted through the internet requires internet access, communication, mainly online. You can see the differences here and the similarities in the middle of the Venn diagram. Once you have collected your ideas, now it's time for you to start writing an introduction. Good introduction should include catchy hook, brief background, and thesis statement. Look at this example. This introduction includes catchy hook, background information, and thesis statement. Technology means tradition, a deep dive into the 2 sides of the educational coin, traditional and online learning. Online learning allowed for self-paced study, making education more accessible to those who were previously unable due to time or location constraints. While both approaches share the goal of providing education, they vary in delivery, interaction, and flexibility. Once you finish writing an introduction, now I will teach you how to write main body paragraphs. As I have mentioned previously, compare and contrast essay, it includes at least 2 back body paragraphs, which is based on the similarities. One of them is based on similarities, while another is based on differences. Again, look at the Venn diagram. Now we need to collect information from the middle of the circle, which is based on the similarities. Provide educational opportunities, have a teacher, require learning materials, involve assessments. This information will be used in the similarity paragraph. So, comparison paragraph should include topic sentence, similarities, concluding sentence. Well, topic sentence, it introduces the main idea of the paragraph. Then we should provide similarities which we have taken from the Venn diagram, and also provide concluding sentence. Concluding sentence, this is restate of the statement or the summary of the points. Here is an example how to provide topic sentence. These examples can be used in your topic sentence for making it more clear to the reader. For example, x and y. So x, this is first object, y, this is the second object that we are comparing, are the same in some ways. X and y have things in common. Both x and y demonstrate common features. In comparing x and y, it is evident that at first glance, x and y may seem unrelated, but upon close inspection, they share. X and y share numerous similarities when it comes to all these examples, or the sentences can be used for organizing well-structured comparison paragraphs. Here are another examples for writing good concluding sentence. It is clear that both x and y, overall the similarities between x and y are striking. In drawing comparisons between x and y, we can see that. Therefore, the comparison shows a clear connection between x and y. Hence, it is evident from the comparisons of x and y that. So, these samples, these sentences can be used for organizing well-structured concluding sentence. Now, look at the whole paragraph, which includes topic sentence, similarities, or in another way we may call it supporting sentence. Then there is concluding sentence, which is provided in the whole paragraph. Both online and traditional learning demonstrate common features. Firstly, each format promotes students' engagement. We can see that this is the topic sentence. Topic sentence conveys or introduces the main idea of the whole paragraph. And then we add here similarities which we took from the Venn diagram. Traditional classrooms foster direct interaction, while online learning uses forums and charts for similarly engaged students. Secondly, they both require discipline and accountability. Lastly, in the same way, both platforms place a high value on quality content. So this information is taken from the Venn diagram, and the last sentence is concluding sentence, which gives the summary of the points or the restate of the topic sentence. In drawing a comparison between traditional and online learning, we can see that both share in promoting students' engagement, reinforcing discipline, and emphasizing the value of the quality educational content. We have finished writing comparison paragraph. Now we need to learn how to write good contrast paragraph. Again, look at the Venn diagram. So this time we need to collect information which is given at the edge of each circle, differences, because the next paragraph is dedicated to the contrasting the two objects. Look at the contrasting paragraph. It also has the same structure as a compare paragraph, concluding topic sentence, differences, and concluding sentence. As I have mentioned above, topic sentence focuses on the general idea of the whole paragraph. After, we should provide differences that we took from the Venn diagram, and the last one, concluding sentence, it is based on the restating the topic sentence or summarizing the whole statements given in the paragraph. Well, they are examples, samples, sentences, linking sentences that can be used for organizing well-structured contrasting essay. While X suggests something, Y demonstrates another thing. So from this example, we can see that it emphasizes the differences and the contrast between two compared subjects. Unlike X, Y, conversely, X presents a different perspectives on, whereas X provides something, Y instead of first another thing. However, in spite of, on the contrary. Now you can pause your video and copy out these samples, which can be useful for writing your own essay. So, the last thing which is necessary in contrasting paragraph is concluding sentence. So, for organizing good concluding sentence, there are some examples or samples that can be effectively used. By comparison, it is clear that ultimately, in contrast to Y, X shows. In conclusion, the stark difference between X and Y are in light of these contrasts, it is evident that these sentences can be effectively used for writing good concluding sentence. You may have a look at the sample paragraph, contrasting paragraph, concluding topic sentence and supporting sentence, which is based on the differences that we have taken from the Venn diagram and the concluding sentence. Now let us read the whole sample paragraph. Despite the previous similarities, there are also key features. While online learning is flexible and convenient, traditional learning worked around the structure, set timetable. Unlike online learning where face-to-face interaction is often minimal, traditional learning promotes direct interaction between teacher and students, whereas online learning emphasizes technology. Traditional learning places a higher value on interaction. By comparison, it is clear that both have distinct contrasting features, each beneficial in different contexts for different learning styles. Now, you may have a look at the whole paragraph of the compare and contrast essay. As we have mentioned previously, it should include at least 2 paragraphs. One focuses on the similarities, second one focuses on the differences. First one is comparison paragraph, second one is contrasting paragraph. Both of them have the same structure, including topic sentence, similarities from the Venn diagram, the information which is in the middle of the Venn diagram, concluding sentence. Contrasting paragraph, topic sentence, differences, information which is given in each of the Venn diagram, and then concluding sentence. Whenever you decide to write your own compare and contrast essay, I would highly recommend you to use the sample sentences which can be effectively used for describing your topic sentence and concluding sentence. And now, dear learners, we finally came to the final part of the essay, conclusion. Good conclusion should wrap up what have been said previously and then restating the main idea for reminding learners about the general idea of the paragraph and leaving lasting impression. So, good conclusion should comprise the following elements like restating your main idea, summary, lasting impression, and having strong sentences. Well, here is the transitional phrases which can be used for describing or for composing well-structured conclusion of the paragraph, of the essay. Look at these examples. In conclusion, to sum up, in comparing and contrasting X and Y, it is evident that considering the similarities and differences of something, drawing together these comparisons, so these sample sentences or transition phrases can be used during your own compare and contrast essay. Here is the whole concluding paragraph which can be used as an example. You can see the transition phrases in conclusion, then there is a topic sentence. After topic sentence, it is followed by the supporting sentence, and the last one is concluding sentence. Let us read the example. In conclusion, we see how different school in a classroom and learning online really are. Classroom learning gives us a chance to talk face to face and learn in a fixed place. However, online learning lets us study when we want and where we want. Different people like different ways of learning. Some like being in a classroom and others enjoy learning online. We have to choose the way that suits us best and be ready to learn in a new ways when we need to. Okay, so last, in conclusion, it is necessary restating your main idea, summary of the similarities and differences. It means the summary of the paragraph body 1 and body 2, and lasting impression with the concluding sentence. Thank you for your attention. I will be waiting for you on my next video lessons. Bye!